Magina Place, where over 600 men and women met their end in the electric chair. A grim machine of justice humming in the shadows. And yet, this very spot once echoed with the crack of baseball bats as the legendary New York Yankees took the field. So what is Sing Sing? A relentless machine of death, or a hidden stage for hope and redemption? Nestled on the east bank of the Hudson River, in Ossining, New York, just 30 miles north of Manhattan's restless heartbeat, Sing Sing Correctional Facility has stood as a silent sentinel since 1826. Built from the sweat of its first inmates, men barged upriver to quarry marble from the ground itself. This prison isn't just a fortress of stone and steel. It's a labyrinth of contradictions, where echoes of despair mingle with whispers of transformation. But what if I told you that one forbidden snapshot, taken inside these walls in 1928, a photograph of a woman's final moments, shook the entire nation to its core? Hold that thought. We'll unravel its secrets soon enough. And before we step deeper into the shadows of Sing Sing, don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more hidden prison stories, and share it with someone who loves uncovering history's darkest secrets. Could you survive a single day without uttering a word, your every move under the threat of the lash? That's the brutal reality of the Auburn system, the ironclad regime that defined Sing Sing from its inception. By day, prisoners toiled in silence at workshops, crafting everything from shoes into furniture for the state's profit. By night, they were locked in solitary cells, forbidden from even glancing at one another. This wasn't just about punishment, it was psychological warfare, designed to break the spirit and mold obedience. Enforced by wardens like Elam Linz, who believed silence was the ultimate tool of control, the system turned the prison into a silent machine where whispers could cost you dearly. And amid this hush, the death toll mounted. 614 executions by electric chair between 1891 and 1963. Each one a stark reminder of the high stakes within these walls. Yet, as we'll see, even in this oppressive quiet, seeds of change began to stir. Yankees in prison? It sounds like a punchline, but in 1929, it was headline news. Picture this: Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, and the powerhouse New York Yankees stepping onto a makeshift field inside Sing Sing for an exhibition game against the inmate team. Ruth smashed a home run that sailed over the prison walls. Legend has it, right into the Hudson River. And the inmates? They held their own, losing narrowly, but earning respect from the pros. This wasn't just a game. It was a calculated move by Warden Lewis Laws, who ruled from 1920 to 1941, and saw sports as a bridge to humanity. By introducing teams like the Sing Sing Black Sheep football squad, Laws used athletics not only for rehabilitation, but also for public relations, softening the prison's fearsome image. In a place synonymous with isolation, these events injected a rare dose of normalcy, proving that even behind bars, competition could foster discipline, teamwork, and a glimpse of life beyond the gates. If the Yankees' visit proved that sports could bring humanity into the darkest of places, then one man's story took that lesson even further. From armed robbery convict to NFL pro, could Alabama Pitts be Sing Sing's ultimate underdog? Edward Alabama Pitts entered Sing Sing in 1930 after a botched holdup. By all accounts, he should have been just another forgotten inmate. But on the prison field, everything changed. As star quarterback and outfielder for Sing Sing's teams, Pitts lit up the games, dazzling crowds and even catching the attention of professional scouts who made the trip inside the walls. In 1935, and he walked out a free man. Within months, he signed with the Philadelphia Eagles, making him the first Sing Sing alum to go pro in both football and baseball. His second chance, however, came with a tragic twist. In 1941, at only 31 years old, Pitts was killed in a bar fight, a life cut short, just as it seemed to be rewritten. Yet his journey remains more than a rags-to-riches tale. It's proof of resilience, a reminder that talent and opportunity can challenge the labels of criminal and outcast. Inside Sing Sing's unforgiving walls, Pitts' rise wasn't just about sports. It was about redemption, about the fragile, flickering hope that even in a place built for punishment, lives could still be rewritten. What if one sneaky photograph forced an entire nation to confront the horrors of capital punishment head-on? Enter Ruth Snyder, convicted of murdering her husband in a sensational 1927 case, dubbed the double indemnity killing. On January 12, 1928, as she was strapped into Sing Sing's electric chair, chillingly nicknamed Old Sparky, Chicago Tribune photographer Tom Howard, posing as a writer, had a hidden camera strapped to his ankle. He captured the exact moment the switch was flipped. The image splashed across the New York Daily News the very next day, under the screaming headline, "Dead." It sold over 1 million copies, igniting a firestorm of debate. For the first time, Americans saw the raw, unflinching face of execution, not as abstract justice, but as a visceral act. This bootleg photo didn't just expose Snyder's final twitch, it critiqued the system itself, fueling calls for reform and proving how media could pierce the veil of secrecy around state-sanctioned death. Is Sing Sing more than a prison? Could it be a shadowy empire of labor and deals? Beyond the bars, Sing Sing operated as a self-sustaining business machine. Inmates produced license plates, furniture, even uniforms, all under the Auburn system's strict labor mandates. The result? Revenue flowed to the state, while costs stayed low. Hollywood got in on the act too. Warner Brothers in the 1930s sponsored a brand new athletic building, blending entertainment PR with the image of prison reform. This economic underbelly revealed a parallel system where contracts and corporate ties blurred the line between punishment and profit. While critics argued it was exploitation of cheap labor, others defended it as vocational training. Either way, it showed that prisons like Sing Sing have always been intertwined with society's broader interests, raising the unsettling question, who truly benefits from corrections? If the prison economy revealed how Sing Sing blurred the line between punishment and profit, then what came next showed how it could blur another line, between captivity and freedom. Can the power of performance really shatter chains and rebuild broken lives? Since 1996, a program called Rehabilitation Through the Arts, RTA, has quietly transformed Sing Sing's identity. Inside the same walls once defined by silence and executions, inmates now take on entirely new roles. As actors, directors, even playwrights, they stage full productions, from Shakespeare classics to original works performed before fellow prisoners, and sometimes invited guests from the outside. The results? A recidivism rate of under 3%, compared to a national average of nearly 67%. Backed by studies from John Jay College, the numbers are undeniable. But beyond statistics, the stories are even more striking. Men once defined by violence now learning empathy. Inmates once consumed by anger discovering confidence, emotional intelligence, and the courage to create. In a facility once branded a death machine, RTA flips the script, turning Sing Sing into an unlikely cradle of creative hope. Here, self-expression doesn't just entertain, it becomes the key to a different kind of freedom. If art inside Sing Sing could rewrite the lives of men, then the museum outside its walls seeks to rewrite how we, as a society, remember justice itself. Would you dare to walk back into a den of death to uncover lessons in justice? As Sing Sing approaches its bicentennial, the Sing Sing Prison Museum is preparing to open in 2025, transforming part of this infamous site into a place of reflection and education. Housed within the original 1825 cell block and powerhouse, the museum will showcase chilling artifacts, from replicas of Old Sparky to inmate art to exhibits on reform and rehabilitation. But this is not mere nostalgia. It's a space where history's darkest shadows meet society's search for light. By inviting visitors to walk the same stone corridors, to see the same barred cells, the museum forces us to confront themes of punishment, redemption, and equity. In doing so, it becomes more than an archive of the past. It becomes a mirror, reflecting the choices we've made and urging us to build a more humane future from the ruins of history. Remember that forbidden photo of Ruth Snyder from 1928? It wasn't just a scandal. It marked a turning point, pulling back the curtain on execution's brutality and sparking a shift toward greater transparency and reform in America's justice system. If a place once branded a death machine can host baseball legends, nurture NFL stars, and bloom into a hub of art and history, what lessons can our society draw to make justice more compassionate and effective for all? Remember that forbidden photograph of Ruth Snyder from 1928? It wasn't just a scandal. It was a crack in the wall of secrecy, pulling back the curtain on the brutality of execution and sparking a national debate that still echoes today. And now, nearly a century later, Sing Sing itself has become a paradoxical monument, a place once branded a death machine that went on to host baseball legends, nurture NFL stars, and evolve into a hub of art, education, and history. So what does that tell us? If a prison this notorious can transform, what lessons can our society draw to make justice not only more effective, but more compassionate for everyone? I'd love to hear your thoughts, so please share your perspective in the comments below. And if you feel that pull to keep searching, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a step in our journey to uncover what still hides on this earth. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.